What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Spilling Wine. I'm your host, Kelly, and today I have Anto.
Hello,
Hi.
hello.
How are
I'm
you?
good. How are you? I'm happy to be
Good.
here.
I'm happy that you're here.
We've been talking about doing this for so long,
I
guys,
know.
because we've known each other for so long,
I
and
know.
we're finally doing it.
Yep, and you've been back and forth from New York to LA. How
Yes,
has that
like ever
been?
since, like my older brother, he does photography, so I've just been visiting him a lot since he moved from New York to LA, and honestly, it's been super cool. Every time I come back to New York, I'm just like, my life is so much better out there, but still trying to fill the time
Way
doing cool
different.
stuff here.
It's way different. When did your brother move out there?
I think like 27. He's 30 now. I'm 22.
Okay.
So for like 3 years, I've been back and forth because of him.
And was he already established when he moved out there? Or did he
So
kind of
he
build?
did like the supercar photography.
Yeah.
His name's Zumi. He did the supercar photography in New York for a very long time until he was like, he felt like he couldn't grow here anymore and kind of needed to escape his comfort zone.
Yeah.
So,
I feel like we all feel like that.
yeah. He kind of, I'm kind of like trying to follow in his footsteps now because since I saw how much your life can change when you like leave, not to say like this is like a small town or anything, like New York is still New York, but to see how much your life can change when you go from like one big city to another.
Yeah.
Even if you're from a big city, it's like the people you meet and like the environment is so different.
Do you feel like you meet more people out there that are like kind of in your realm with content
Absolutely. Like I
creation?
always tell people, like they're like, your life is cool in New York too. Like, why do you not like it? And I'm like, I feel like the type of person I am, like people will be like, it seems like you're from, like, it seems like you've lived here your whole life when I'm out there, And so like they appreciate the type of person I am out there more. Like kind of like the TikToks I do are kind of satirical anyways and like joking around, so people like appreciate that type of humor out there. Like New York is so like serious and everything is like get real and get money, you know what I mean? So
Yeah, it really is. And everything
mhm,
is so fast paced here. I actually met somebody from LA,
mhm.
so random. I was working on a yacht party for 4th of
Oh, I
July.
love that.
And there was cops everywhere. They wouldn't let anybody through. So I had to like bypass all the cops, and
Mhm.
I saw that some guy, so random, some guy was also trying to get past the cops, whatever. So I was like, wait,
Okay.
are you working on the yacht? He was like,
Yeah.
yeah. I was like, oh, like, where are you from? He's like, I'm from LA, like I just moved here last year,
Uh-huh.
like December. And I'm like, oh shit, like what do you do? He's like, I'm a model, I'm a marketing director, I work
In
for
New
a
York now.
magazine, like all over.
Or okay.
Yeah, now he models in New York.
Mhm.
So I was like, that's crazy that like you're the person that I randomly met today and like came
Right,
across,
right,
right?
right, right.
And he said to me, he was like, like you would thrive in LA. And I was like,
I
really?
see that for you too. Like we
Really?
always talk about this.
I
Yeah, I
know. We
think
always
that
talk about this.
there's something about content creation where it's like you hit a dead end in New York. Not to say that I'm like do content like that, but even when I'm trying to post on TikTok, I'm like so writer's block with like creativity, right? It's like I'm in LA for a week and I have all these things I want to post. I'm like meeting all these people who want to post to me and vice versa. So there's definitely something about Los Angeles where it's like, it's not just about fame, but it's just like inspiring, I would
Yeah.
say. So
And people understand what the lifestyle is out there.
exactly.
Here
Everyone's
it's
on the
like,
same page. Yeah.
yeah.
In New York, it's like, it's really diverse, which is so great, but you have to spend a lot of time trying to find your group of people. And if you don't, then you're going to feel like it's just a little bit of everything, which is good, but like not if you're trying to aim for one thing.
Exactly. What type of people do you feel like you meet out there? Is it like catty people? Is it like,
It's definitely people who are kind of either trying to be famous or like already really rich and don't care about fame.
yeah,
Either end of this sword is kind of like a mixture. But when you're out, you can really meet anyone. Like I think I remember I met Patrick Starr just like
really?
just in like
Oh,
one of
wow. I
the
love
West
him.
Hollywood clubs. And it's like when you least expect it, right? Like you think like, or you may have not even wanted to go out that night and you're just like, I'm gonna go, and then you find like one of your like favorite influencers in the club, or like they follow you and like compliment you when you would have like never thought that they
Yeah.
would even be nice. Like you would have thought that they'd maybe be catty, like you said. So there's definitely moments where it's like unreal.
And what's the club situation? Are they like, oh, you don't have enough followers, you can't come in?
Oh my
Is it
god.
like
So
that?
I feel like there's definitely been moments around Palm Springs during Coachella and Revolve, which I know we wanted to get into, where they have literal parties where I think it's you have to have over 10K, I think is like the
Yeah.
most tame one, but then they have some which is like over 100K. Um which is wild, right? Because not only
Yeah.
can, people, that's just like so, that, I mean, it's so like Black Mirror. If you ever watched Black Mirror, I always laughed about it. But then it's so normal out there. I think it was Pretty Little Thing who did the first one to be like, if you don't have 10K, like you can't come to our event. And people were losing their minds. So
That's crazy.
yeah, but definitely not in clubs. Like in clubs, it's just, you gotta like look good like anywhere else, like Miami, New York.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. I was watching Tana
Mm-hmm.
Mojo, their podcast with Brooke Schofield.
Right, right, right.
She was talking about how she had to apply for a gym membership and show her social media, and they said, "Oh, like you
I
don't
wonder
have
what.
enough followers."
Oh, I know. I think I know what gym that is. One of the. I forgot the name. It's one of the bougie ones.
Yeah.
It's also really expensive, but that's. I didn't know that they check the followers.
That's
And but
crazy.
doesn't she have a lot?
I guess now she does.
Oh, so it's
But
probably back.
beforehand, when she started the podcast, she was like a regular person. She wasn't
Yeah,
really a
I don't know
content
how her
creator.
and like Tana even really started out because I like just was introduced to her when she was already famous.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's wild though.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't like ever been kicked out or I haven't been
No.
like refused entry from anything because I'm always kind of with. I think that's another good thing. It's like when you're with people who are well established, it's like some people consider it like social climbing, but if you're like actually genuinely friends with people, like how I have my friend Kat, who's like always bringing me to events and stuff. She's kind of like invited by these brands and she can
Yeah.
like bring a plus one and we've just been so close for so long, so she knows I'm not like using her. It's more of just like you need to come with me to this thing and like help me with content, and it's like such a beneficial relationship like for both parties sometimes when you're like going out in LA and both people do content or like both people are trying to get photos, for example.
Yeah. Do you feel like it's harder to make those connections and to kind of fit in?
Where
Like in those influencer circles?
I mean, like, I don't know. Like, I'm so social. Like, I really talk to everyone, but I wasn't always like that. So it's just like a lot of practice where it's so easy now for me to just like go out and talk to anyone on the street. And for some reason, people really like to talk to me too. I don't know if I'm like approachable looking, but people will always want to talk to me too, without even like knowing me or knowing me like beforehand. So I think that it's gotten easier once like you can kind of like make yourself an extrovert. I
Right.
spent so much of my life being like so quiet and timid and stuff. And then I was just like, this isn't gonna get me anywhere. Like some of the best days of my life or some of the best connections were because I like decided to get out of my comfort zone and talk to people.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Hmm.
So tell me about the Revolve Festival.
Okay. Okay, guys. So um I love this story because I've never told it to the internet, right? And I like went back and forth with Kat, my friend, for so long. I was like, is this illegal? Like, should I not tell this story? Am I gonna get in trouble? But it's like been so long now that I'm just like, okay, let me tell this story. Um, so me and Kat, I didn't even think I was going to LA this time of the year to Revolve to Coachella, but my brother was working the Heineken event, and Kat and I were going to Revolve Festival, which is kind of next to Coachella, but it's not Coachella itself. Coachella is like the 3-day event, and Revolve is just the one. But
Everybody was there though, all the influencers.
yeah, so Revolve is much harder. You can't just buy a ticket. It's definitely based off followers, based off what content you create if you're like a fashion influencer. Because they basically give away a bunch of free things and you get a free performance from Cardi B, Lil Wayne, and you're around people with a lot of followers, you know what I mean? And all of their families and all of their friends. So I remember me and Kat finally got on the list, right? And we were so excited. And I didn't even think I was gonna be in LA this time of the year. So I was like, not only am I gonna see Cardi, but I'm finally going to Revolve Fest, which like so many people with more followers than me can't even get into. So I was so excited. And we take the car to go. And we're like so excited, we're so ready, we're like taking our like videos and photos. We're in the middle of nowhere now, and it's just kind of like you see like this like the swing ride and it's just like this fence around this parking lot, and you see all these like beautiful people with beautiful outfits going in, and you're like so excited, but it's really just like a fence, and you hear like Tyga on the inside already performing. I think it was him, and we're like so excited, so pumped, like you can imagine like the adrenaline.
Yeah.
And we're walking up to the fence to the security guard. Now, it's like the way it is, it's like like a big square fence with one security guard in the very front, like kind of just mediating everything. So this one security guard, we finally get up to him after waiting in line, right? And he's like, IDs, tickets, and we're so excited to go in, and I don't have my ID. I don't have my ID. I'm like, can
Oh
I show you a picture?
no.
I'm like, because that's my name. Like, she has hers, that's my name. And he's like, no ID, no entrance. And he literally, like, starts talking to the people behind us. He doesn't even care for us to explain ourselves. It doesn't matter, like, what Kat's saying. It doesn't matter what I'm doing. Now, mind you, I hear Cardi B go on the stage. Now, I'm the biggest, like, Cardi B fan ever. So, I'm like, I'm like, we have to figure this out. Like, we have to go in. She's already performing. Like, we drove so long. I flew to LA, basically, and then drove to Palm Springs. So like, I'm not missing this. So we kind of make a loop around. We're like a little freaked out, but we're kind of like, we're gonna get in. Like, this is not gonna be a big deal. And so Kat goes up to him alone because she's like a female. She's like, maybe he'll talk to me. And she comes back around and she's like, he wants $100 and he'll like let you in.
Okay.
And I'm like, that's amazing. I'm like, yeah, like, let's do it. Let's go. So I walk up to him and I'm like, wait a minute, but I don't have cash. I don't, like, is he gonna take Zelle?
No.
Or like, is he gonna take Zelle? Like, we can Zelle him, because who has like $100 in cash nowadays, right? Like, I don't even have
I
my
know.
wallet with the ID.
I know.
So I'm like, all I have is my phone. And he's like, well, I'm not taking Zelle. I'm not taking Zelle. And like, really shutting it down. So now I'm like, well, that was like kind of our only hope. And I don't know what to do anymore. But kind of the adrenaline of like hearing Cardi B and like hearing how fun it is inside, I was just like, Kat, we have to figure this out. So since she has her ID, she goes in and she's like, we're going to figure something out. I'm going to go inside and scout the situation. Like, our friends on the inside, like, someone's going to do something and say that they know you and you're going to get in. And I'm waiting outside and all this time, and I'm just like really about to leave. I'm like, this is not working. Kat's not calling. Like, the concert's almost over. It's like getting later and later. I mean, it was only about 30 minutes, but long story short, one of our friends on the inside had a staff wristband. Had a staff
wow.
wristband. And so the idea was like to give me that and then I pretend I'm staff. And I was like, I am so not doing this. Like, do you think that, like, not that I was dressed up, but I was just like, I did not look like staff. I have like my like wife beater on, whatever you want to call it, with like these like silver chains. I'm like, come on, like, staff is crazy. So I'm like, I don't even know how you're going to give me the wristband, So that's not going to work. So we're going through all of these ideas, right? But then I think it was Cardi B like starts performing Bodak Yellow or something. So like the crowd goes wild. Like, you could literally hear it over the fence. And I was like, I'm just going to book it. I'm just going to jump this fence. And what I did was I went around and I found like a little pocket where I didn't have to jump the fence. It was like a little opening that was actually behind like a palm tree. Like,
Oh wow. Like a little barricade
gratefully,
that
I
was like
skin-
opened.
Exactly. So I was grateful that I'm skinny enough. I was like, I see an opening. I was like, I'm just like, no one's really looking. I'm just gonna go in. But like, even telling the story now, like, I can feel like that anxiety. I was like,
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna get arrested in LA, because they could have thought I had like a weapon of some sort. Like, kind of what
Yeah.
the security kept saying. Like, there's no one to like pat you down if you don't have an ID. Like,
Yeah.
you have to have an ID for things like that. So I really, really get it. But I didn't have a weapon, guys. I mean, I was on the list. So I just booked it through the security fence. And I'm on the phone with Kat telling her what I'm doing, kind of like making myself look busy. That's why I'm on
Yeah.
the phone. But I see her and I'm on the phone, like running to her, like I literally out of a movie, something out of a movie, like not running, but almost like kind of walking slowly to not like raise any suspicions.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Kat, is anyone behind me looking? Is anyone behind me looking? Like, are they like coming to get me? Or is like, am I about to get stopped? I don't want to turn my head and look sus.
Yeah.
But eventually I make it and I'm like in the crowd. And so I'm at this point, like, even if they saw what I did, I'm like lost in the crowd completely. And I'm like seeing Cardi B perform. And it's like my first time in Revolve. And I'm seeing like all the influencers. And it was just like one of the most magical top 10 moments of my life. And I was just
Wow.
like, imagine I turned away and went home and was just like, it wasn't for me. And instead I like actually like did the leap and, just decided to do something so crazy and so risky. But
That's amazing.
I don't know. Yeah. So I think long story short was that Revolve Festival ended up being really, really cool too. I saw Lil Wayne and got all like the amazing like free goodies, ran into other friends we know, other influencers that we know, and like did content with them. And I think to finish the story off, the funniest part about it was that we stayed quite late, right? And I still had that staff wristband
Oh my
from
God.
the friend, right?
That's
I didn't
so
I didn't
funny.
end up needing it or anything like that, but I still had it. And I had it in my pocket in case someone did come up to me and say something like, where's your credentials, like we saw what you did. And I still had it, but I didn't need it. And we were leaving the festival, and there was two girls that were having the same issue. And I was like, you know what I'm gonna do? Like, maybe get some of my good karma back. I literally pulled them aside. I was like, take the staff wristband, do what you will with it, because this literally happened to me. And they were like so grateful.
Aw.
They like could cry
That's
because
sweet.
apparently like they flew in from London or something, and like,
Wow.
same story as me. Like, they didn't want to miss out because it was like not, the security wasn't letting them in. So it was just really, really wild. I was like, let me get some of my good karma back.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you see any celebrities or influencers
So
there?
actually, one of the coolest things was that I met Cardi B's stylist, Colin Carter, which I feel like a lot of people, if they weren't like into that world, would know that was him. But he was just in the crowd, and I was like, "You're Cardi B's stylist. Like, I'm such a big fan of everything you do. I'm such a big fan of her." Like, in my head, I was just like, if only he knew what I just had to go through, right? Because to like get this photo with him, to like be in this concert right now. So people like that. I think Wiz Khalifa was just in the crowd during Lil Wayne's performance. So really, really cool. Honestly, it was like everywhere you looked. So very different from Coachella, which is like completely music based. This was a lot of like influencer stuff too. So like in the crowd was just every influencer you could imagine. I think Alex Earl, Alex Kansani, like a lot of the TikTok people.
Yeah.
They were kind of doing like what we're doing now before any of the performances, and kind of talking about like, random
Yeah.
stuff too.
Were people really talking to them, or no one really cared?
Well, I was so in my own world, but I'm sure that people like would come up to them, because like the way that I come up to influencers that I like, I don't care. Like, I don't think that I'm like, I'll just talk to anyone. So
Yeah.
you know,
That's crazy.
yeah, it was insane. I remember like not even being able to sleep that night because I was like, this is so wild. I remember like I just wanted to make the TikTok right away, and I was just like, imagine like Revolve like messages me and it's like, we
Imagine
know what
like
you
you're
did.
banned. You're banned for life.
Right, because I literally made my caption, "Thank you at Revolve." I'm not even kidding. It was like, "Thank you at Revolve," as if like nothing happened,
That's so amazing.
Yeah,
It
but I
looked
guess this
so
is the reveal.
fun.
Thank you so. No, it really was. I wish that my video was a little bit better, but so much of that moment, so much of that day was just focused on like not getting
Caught.
Like, my videos could have been so much better, my photos could have been so much better, but I still like managed to make a post and everything. And I think Kylie Jenner's brand Sprinter even
I saw
reposted me, and I was
that.
so shocked because I was like,
saw that.
every time something like that would happen, I was just like, oh, if only they knew. Oh, if only they knew. Like, like I didn't even have a wristband on my wrist. Yeah, so a lot of that trip was then it was debating if I should even go to Coachella after that, because I was
It was
like,
the same day or the same
so
weekend?
Coachella was 3 days, and then this was on the first Friday, so there was like 3 days of Coachella after, something like that, and we were already staying in a hotel in Palm Springs, like me and my whole like brother and friend group. So me and my friend that went to Revolve, we were kind of just like, do we even go to Coachella? Because this was such a dope experience that like I don't think Coachella can top.
Yeah.
Because like Revolve was so VIP in and of itself, and Coachella was like, we didn't have VIP tickets. I think we just had like crew or something due to my brother. So I was just kind of not even too excited about any of the performances or anything like that. So we were like, really, do we even care about Coachella? Which is a wild thing to say. So you can imagine how much fun Revolve was, because we were 20 minutes away from Coachella with free tickets, and we were just like, we don't even want to go. Like, it's not going to top Revolve, yeah. So really the coolest day of my life.
Who's the biggest celebrity that you've ever met?
I was thinking about this the other day, and it's so hard to tell, because I don't think I've actually had conversations with celebrities. Like, I've seen them. Like, I went to the VMAs, actually. I was in the
Oh, you
audience for the
did?
VMAs.
Wow.
So that was a really cool experience, because I saw every celebrity ever, but I didn't like meet them, because
Right.
you're just in the audience. But I was literally sitting like 10 seats away from Taylor Swift, because the way that the VMAs was set up was that the audience members were like, they were sprinkled in around celebrities, and it was like a really thorough security check and security on deck. You didn't even have your phone, like that's how serious it was. If you even put your hands the wrong way, like somebody from the TV production would come and tell you like to fix your hands. Like, it was that serious and that
Yeah.
insane. But that was probably like the most celebrities in one. I'm talking about like Jack Harlow, Fergie, Taylor Swift, Avril Lavigne, like everyone in one. Offset, DJ Khaled, like, because they have the celebrities come out to announce the awards.
Yeah.
But in terms of like people I've met, probably just like influencers. I just met Her Instagram name is Ali Weezy. I don't want to say like what the internet calls her because I don't know if it's offensive. But she's a popular creator. I don't know if
The
you
one
know
that
who
you
I'm
recently
talking about.
posted, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like a lot of people make TikToks with her. Definitely a lot of makeup influencers because I go out in West Hollywood a lot in Los Angeles. Um, and also yeah, yeah. I don't want to say anyone's like name wrong that I don't remember
Mm.
because
Yeah.
yeah.
That's so cool though.
Pretty cool, pretty cool. Definitely, no one's been like rude. Everyone thinks that I have like stories of people being rude and stuff, but no one's really been rude. And I also don't even want to get into like drama like that, where like I'm like, no,
Yeah.
this person was rude because things can be so misconstrued, like
Yeah.
taken out of proportion. Like maybe someone's just having a bad day.
Right. I also feel like in LA, people kind of assume that everyone's on the same
Absolutely,
like
yeah.
lifestyle,
Yeah.
you
And
know?
that's another thing is that people will always bring up this oh, everyone in LA is fake nice. But I kind of prefer fake nice than like the New York rude. Like it just
Right.
doesn't get you anywhere when New Yorkers are rude and gatekeepers. Like I always say that people in LA may be fake, but they don't gatekeep anything. Like I've been invited to things that I could have never in my wildest dreams think to be invited to in New York. So I would never call them like fake nice. Maybe they are like fake, but they're definitely not like gatekeepers and they like definitely help you get from just like if they see like where you'd be good, they're definitely gonna like offer you something or see like where they can fit you in, which is so amazing, whether it be a friend group or an opportunity or like an invitation to a party, like as simple as that. And we talked about this off camera. It's just sometimes it's you feel like you've hit like a dead end and you need to like get out to continue growing and like continue content creation, which I know like we both kind of try to do. So yeah.
Yeah. And what about your black and white aesthetic? Where did that come
Okay,
from?
so I have a few videos, right, that went viral, and the word I used was chromophobia, which um, I never knew was kind of like a thing, right, until I had a psychologist appointment or psychiatrist, and she kind of said something along the lines of, because we talked about how I only wear black and white, and everything in my room is completely colorless, and that's kind of what the video that went viral was about, the completely colorless bedroom, and what it is, I wrote chromophobia because it's the fear or aversion to colors. Now it like sounds so silly saying that out loud because I'm not like scared of colors, but what it is like I learned it's kind of a thing with OCD where if it's just like a sense of order and like organization. So if everything's like colorless, it's just kind of like making the OCD part of my brain happy. And I don't like throw that word around loosely. Like that was just like discussed with the psychiatrist too, kind of like trying to get to the bottom of why colorless stuff and colorless things like pertaining to me make me so like comfortable and happy. So it really is just like a comfort thing. But I also like turned it into an aesthetic because I was like, this looks sick, so I don't care. And I think it's really cool that I can make something that like other people would find lame or boring into like something that's actually like being acknowledged as like a cool aesthetic or like a clean aesthetic. Like people will say like this looks so clean, this looks so fire. Like they'll like joke on TikTok like clean girl final boss. Like the
Yeah.
comments I was reading them for days. Some of them were so hilarious. A lot of people were saying like how sad and how insane it is, but I was just like it's so funny because
No, I think
I'm
it
it's
looks
the
amazing.
opposite, right? Like imagine liking the color blue and then me being like ew, that's so sad. Like that doesn't even make
Yeah.
sense, right? Because it
Mhm.
makes you happy. So there was a time where I had to like stop like I was like let me stop replying to all these people because they either get it or they don't, and they either like need to grow up or because it's such an odd thing. Like it really is an odd thing. I'm like waiting for Dr.
To
Phil, if you see
contact
this,
you.
like please contact me because I'm like um it looks so cool in real life. Like I wish I could show the camera, like I wish I could show the camera, but all I can really say is like watch my TikToks because one of the things I say in each caption is no filter, right? Because everyone will
Yeah.
say there's a filter on this video, and I had to make like video proof, like holding like a colored object in front of my closet and room to show that it wasn't filtered. So yeah.
But it does look really cool.
Thank you, thank
Hmm.
you. Yeah.
So do you have a favorite color other than black and white?
So, oh my God, no one's ever. I would have to say red. I would have to say
Red?
red. I've actually
Yeah.
worn red before. It was one of the only things I had. I think Gucci shoes with red on it. They were like black and red.
Mm.
And like an Ami Paris sweater. I think there's up on my page. I think it's somewhere there. It's like a little red. I don't know. I think that black and red look cool together. So maybe that's why
Yeah.
like it's my only exception. But I still don't have a lot of it in my life either.
Wow. And you were always like that your whole life?
No, I want to say like during high school was when I started to develop the most like discomfort, and then I kind of it started with like a lot of black, which made my parents so unhappy. They were like, oh my God, they were like, your hair color, like you're, like you should be wearing colors. It's summer. And I was just, it was never like in a sad way. That's the funniest thing. It was never me trying to be emo or anything like that. It was just something that I think started by accident and then developed. And I was like, now this is an aesthetic, but now I also can't like live any differently because it's like so, it's past the point of no return. So yeah.
Yeah. Is it the same with jewelry too? Like, do you wear
So I
only silver?
Yeah, I only wear silver. I think I
Figured.
had only one gold chain, which was like an heirloom from my grandfather, and even then, I don't think I ever wore it. So,
Wow. Wow.
yeah,
That's
I think
really
I have.
cool.
Yeah.
What about if a brand gifts you like a piece of clothing that's like, I don't know, blue,
So
pink?
I mean, like I still have stuff like that. I think you know it best. If you're following me on Instagram, I do a really good job of if I have to post something, it'll be in black and white filter. But naturally, my stuff is in black and white because it's just how I'm living the life.
Yeah.
So if like I have to post something that's not naturally black and white, I'll just put the filter over it. Sometimes it's really difficult because I'm like, oh, I really want to post this, but it's so bright. And I think the only exception I made was kind of like posting blue because of like the sky and the water was like so nice in some areas, like some places that I've been to. And I was kind of like, I can't put this in black and white. Like it doesn't give the same effect. So that was kind of the only color that I have posted before too.
Yeah. And I also feel like you try to keep your feed as consistent as possible
Yeah,
with the
yeah. I
aesthetic.
don't know. It's definitely something that has to do with OCD too. I think that it's always nice hearing that it's like, when people compliment it, they're like, oh, this is like commit, like this is the most committed I've seen anyone ever be on Instagram. I was like, that's so true, but it's also so annoying sometimes when like perfectionism sometimes can like cause a lot of distress. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's crazy though. It's cool. It is cool.
I think so. I think that the more I talk about, because every time I post it on TikTok, it does really well.
I saw.
But it kind of just shuts down because I don't continue posting about it because I don't want to be. I never wanted to be like one of those pages that's like doing the same thing every day, right? I was like, I want every video of mine to be so different and unique. So
It's hard though because I feel like people blow up by doing the same thing over and
so
over
true,
and
so true.
over.
So like, I'm glad that we're talking about it here and now because I was like, I don't want to just post my room again. I mean, it doesn't look so different. And when it comes to me and stuff, it's like I don't really post myself that much besides like photos of my outfits or like things that I'm doing. But a lot of people were always kind of like, like do story times and do like OTDs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I just never. I don't know. I'm always waiting for the right moment sometimes, which I think is really
It's never
annoying
gonna be
because
the
it
right
never
moment.
happens, right? So, excuse me.
It's never gonna be the right moment.
So, there's like even like stuff like this. I'm like, oh, like, do I go? Like, do I go on the podcast? But then I'm just like, do it anyways. Like, don't even think about it and just get it, get it over with because you never know like what's gonna happen. So it's like I read this thing. It was what did it say? I read this thing when I was in California, and it kind of got me to post a lot. It was like treat every video that you make like a lottery ticket because it's free to like post a video.
Yeah.
And you never know which one of those because when you're pressing post, it's like you have this scratch off, right? And you never know which one is going to be like the lucky winner. And what that really means is like, the one that's going to go viral and stuff. But it's not just about going viral. It's kind of about like what going viral can bring you. Because I know that the both of us have had stuff happen because of our videos like reaching a lot of people, right?
Yeah.
So like brands reaching out or job opportunities and stuff like that, or even like making new friends. So I think it's really cool because it's more than just money. So
It really is.
yeah,
It could change your life.
exactly.
So you're looking to move to LA.
I definitely want to move there full time. But there's just a lot of things to consider because like we said before, half my family and loved ones are here and then the other half is there. So, it's just a little difficult because the flight's long, but
How long is the
think,
flight?
I think it's like 6 hours. I mean, that's not that long compared to like other flights, but you can't just like drive to visit your family every time you want to see
no.
them. So it's a little bit different. So I think I'm going to definitely visit once I move out there back and forth, but it's just something to consider because you're not close.
I know. Do you think it's competitive out there like more than New York?
I think in terms of like, maybe in terms of like, I don't even want to say content creation. No, because people are helping each other out. Like, I feel like, think about like the Hype House and all those like content creation houses. And, even if you have like a roommate, your roommate will probably like have a ring light or something like that and like help you out in terms of like, if they're doing something fun, like they'll invite you or something like that. So in terms of that, I don't think so, but maybe competitive in other ways, right? Everyone's trying to like one up each other for sure, but New York too, I think.
Yeah.
So I don't know. What I always say too is I think it's really funny is that I've noticed that people in LA are very like again with like they might be fake nice, but they're very like true to like themselves. So like if they have money, like you're gonna know. And I think in New York it's a lot of pretending to be poor. I don't know, like this is such a weird thing to
Really?
say, but something I've noticed is like people in New York will like lie about having money. Like their parents will be paying for their apartment and like they'll be going on all these vacations, but then they'll like go thrift in like Bushwick or something. And I'm just like, isn't that inauthenticity? Like I don't get it. Like isn't that like not being true to yourself? Like because they clown other people who are like posting like supercars and luxury, and they actually have those resources accessible to them, and like everyone can choose what they want to do, but it's just something I've picked up on where like a lot of people in New York are kind of really privileged but bending themselves to be like seem underprivileged to like fit in with people
Yeah.
who they consider cool. And LA, it's a lot about like owning who you are, or yeah, I mean there's there's a lot of inauthenticity too, but it's a lot of like I don't know. There's just something I really like about people like being genuine. Like, you know, you think about like the Kardashians and they get so much hate, but like at least she's not pretending to like be someone she's not. Like she admits that she loves money, like she loves fame, and I just think that there's something like admirable about all of that, you know.
No, you're right. You're definitely
So,
right. Do you think the market of podcasting, content creation, do you think it's oversaturated over there?
honestly, I know so many people. I think that there's a lot of people that you wouldn't even think had a podcast that do. And every time I'm like on Instagram, I see another podcast pop up. So I would say yes. Like even last night, before I was coming here, I was like just scrolling through my Instagram and I was like, everyone I know is either on a podcast or has one. So I think, yeah, I think it's really easy out there because like we just talked about, it's like everyone's helping each other out.
Yeah.
So as soon as someone finds a studio or equipment or sees their friend doing it, they want to like hop on the bandwagon, you know? So it's definitely something about that.
That's interesting.
I think that in New York, it's definitely less common. I don't know a lot of podcasts other than yours in New York, honestly. Starting to think I spent too much time out there because I'm like,
I mean, there definitely is a lot, like a decent amount here. Probably not
Yeah.
as much as LA though.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, because you had the live show here too.
Yeah.
And those 4 people or 3 people that you were with each have their own.
Right.
So technically, yeah, you do know people in
Right.
New York. I just don't.
And people in Brooklyn,
Yeah.
you know, some of the bigger influencers.
Do you watch podcasts yourself or like do you spend most of your time like making your own?
When I started a podcast, I started watching podcasts. I watched Call Her Daddy. I watched the Canceled podcast. Sometimes like Chicks in the Office. If they have like a influencer or celebrity on that I like, I'm gonna watch it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I watched Call Her Daddy the most probably.
Yeah.
Especially because I think she has the most interesting guests like ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
She does.
It's so cool. I remember Bobby though. Do you remember her?
Oh my God,
It
yeah.
kinda came
What
and
happened
went.
to
It kinda
her?
came and went, right? I mean, she had like what, like the rude girl persona for a bit.
She had Drake
and it was funny
on,
for
yeah.
like how did she get those people though? I'm still wondering.
It's crazy. She literally DM'd Drake and was like, want to be on
no
the
way.
podcast? Yeah.
Everyone was saying she's an industry plant for having like
Probably.
him and stuff that
Probably.
early on.
But I remember her husband divorced her after
Recently, right?
After she had Drake on.
Oh no! Does that
I'm
think what I mean? It thinks.
Who knows?
I don't know what went on with that. Yeah, I mean that's another. Sometimes I'm like finding myself really, every time I'm like too invested in like other influencers' lives, I'm like I need to focus on just like my own life. Like I don't want to be thinking about other people's lives this much. But like you said, if it's like an influencer that like I'm really invested in or like a celebrity, like I think it's really cool.
Yeah.
To watch and like catch up with that, especially if it's a podcast and not like a fake interview.
Right.
You know, where it's like, because I think the podcasts without cuts are also like, you could see that it's kind of real,
Yeah.
you know?
And sometimes those are better too.
I think so too, yeah. Oh, I used to, Trisha Paytas, I think
Oh my
she
God,
also
you saw that
has done it
podcast
all.
with
Because
Tana?
she did her own videos, which were like story times, and then she did the one with Ethan. I think that was his name, her cousin or whatever. And then she was just like a guest on everyone's.
Yeah.
And now she has her own, right?
She has Not Love Line with Tana.
She has a different one with Tana.
Yeah.
Tana's just talking away her whole life like that.
Yeah.
This is insane.
I saw her live, actually, Tana, the Cancer podcast.
I saw. You also went to another one where, I don't know if it was a podcast or a comedy show, but you like did crowd work. You were...
Oh, on Updating.
What was that?
Yeah.
Who was that?
So, if you guys don't know, Updating is a dating show where you're blindfolded and like you're on stage. There's a live audience. They talk. It's like a blind dating segment, and then they take the blindfolds off. And then if they like each other, they go on a date after the show, like a real date.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it was weird because on TikTok, a fake account of Updating followed me. So I was like, what the hell is Updating? And then I saw another influencer that I watched that was on it. So I was like, let me see what this is even about. Their videos were blowing up. They have over 1 million followers. So I applied for it. 2 days later, they text me. And they're like, hey, like, we'd love to schedule a call with you, blah, blah, blah.
Wait, this is insane.
Yeah. They literally texted me 2 days later. So I did a call with one of the hosts. He was asking me, like, dating questions. What's your type? What's the craziest thing that you've dealt with a guy? What do you look for? Like, just basic shit. And he was like, I think you'd be great. We're going to let you know. They film every week. So a few days, like 2 days later, they text me. They're like, are you available this Friday to do it? And I'm like, yeah, of course. I'm like scrambling to look for an outfit. They're like, no tattoos. I'm like, shit, what do I do?
You didn't like want to get the makeup for it?
I was thinking of it, honestly.
I've seen that before.
But then I texted them. I was like, do you guys really care about tattoos? They're like, nah, whatever. It's okay. They sent me this whole thing, how to hold a microphone, like this whole PDF of like,
oh my God,
how to be good on stage, because it's literally a live audience, a packed audience.
Yeah,
it's not like something like
the
this.
VMAs, like they were really strict because you're just like on television live. You like it has to be perfect.
Yeah. So whatever, I get my outfit. It's like a long sleeve mesh thing. They text me the day of, and they're like, "We're so sorry. The guy we matched you with dropped out last minute."
No.
But they're like, you're still going to be on the guest list. Come see what it's about. And I was like, yeah, absolutely. Like, I like watching the show. It's very entertaining. So I go with one of my friends. We sit in the front row because we get there early. We're like on the guest list and everything. Yeah. So we get there. We're in the front row. The host, they go on the stage. They recognize me immediately.
No.
Yeah. So like they made it a point to like talk to me from the stage.
Okay.
And I was so happy that I didn't go on because the guys that they picked were just not my cup of tea.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, okay, maybe this is meant to be like, if I'm not interested in the guy, like I'm not gonna go like be an asshole on stage, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't know if you saw, but the clip that I guess you're referring to with the stage, it wasn't like scripted or anything. What happened was the guy, he didn't like any of the girls that went up. And when he took the blindfold off, he noticed me immediately. And it was crazy. It was crazy because I wasn't even sitting like directly vertically in front of him. I was sitting like a little off to the side. And as soon as he took the blindfold off, like I guess he just saw me and found me attractive. So like the whole show he was looking at me, right? And I've seen the show. I know like if they don't like the girls, they'll be like, oh, look into the crowd and see if there's a girl that you want to talk to, whatever. So it gets to the point of the show where they're like, okay, well, you don't like any of the girls. Like, do you see anyone in the crowd that you're interested in, right? So me and my friend were like, oh my God, he's going to come over here and pick me. And like, I don't like him. And like, I don't want to go up there, right? So he comes over to me and he points to me. And I'm like, oh shit. So the host is like, oh, do you like him? And hands me the microphone. Mind you, this whole show, he was rejecting all the girls. He was saying, oh, like, it's not really my type and not this and not that. So, and he was talking about, oh, I have high standards and like, I kind of want this and want that. So they hand me the mic and they're like, do you like him? And I'm like, his standards are high, but mine are higher. And everyone just went crazy.
I love that.
Everyone just went crazy. They were like, oh shit. And that's basically what it was. I mean, I could have had my 5 seconds of fame and went on stage and did this whole, I'm Kelly and I have this and I've that. Yeah. No, I don't want to. Yeah, then I'm going to be like, actually, just kidding. I don't like you. Like,
yeah, I see what you mean for sure. Yeah.
So, and I was like, I didn't want to make it a big thing because in case they wanted me next time, I don't want to be on stage and then it's like
Well, you could still do what was planned next time, right? If the guy doesn't drop out.
Yeah. So
or no.
they asked me to do their little Snapchat show.
Okay.
Because they have this thing
called...
that
probably has like a lot of viewers
Oh,
too.
yeah.
You know how like poppin' Snapchat is for some reason?
They have no millions of views. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they have this thing called casting confessions where they have the cast members come and like answer juicy questions, whatever. They had me come and do that. I was in the studio. They posted it. I'll show you after.
Oh yeah, I need to see that.
Yeah, they posted it. They posted a clip of me saying that I faked my death to somebody that I was talking to.
I actually have seen this. I remember the clip. You did such a good job talking. I love this story.
Thank you.
I was like, I think that's so hilarious.
They loved it.
How did you get away with it for so long? I'm sure you probably talked about this on the podcast before.
I did. I definitely have. Right. But yeah, it was so easy because at the time I wasn't really doing social media like that.
Oh, okay.
I was in New York at the time. I was a freshman.
Yeah.
And he's back in a state where like social media is not even really a thing. You know, he didn't have Instagram. He only had Snapchat. So it was like I was getting away with it because you just block on Snapchat and you're gone. You know what I mean?
I see. Okay. So yeah. It's kind of hard without telling the whole story in full, but like I know what you're referring to.
Yeah.
Would you ever fake your death again?
I can't now. I'm too all over the internet. Like you could basically you could do one search and see me.
See, I think that's why I got confused how you did it the first time, but the not being on the internet makes so much more sense.
I mean, I was on Instagram posting pictures, but I wasn't on here doing podcasts or content or anything like that.
Link tree.
Yeah, exactly. And he didn't have Instagram, so
okay.
You know?
Yeah. Definitely easier to just block on Snap.
Exactly. So, but then he had his friend message me and I didn't know it was his friend and I answered.
Oh my God. Wait, why did he just start thinking about you after 2 years?
I have no idea.
That's so weird. He's not even from here, right?
No. So crazy.
Yeah.
They literally live under a rock out there. We would never survive out there.
No. I'm like, sometimes like I have to remind myself like to not talk too bad about New York City because I'm like, I could have been from like Idaho. I
know. And like I feel like meeting him made me feel so grateful for growing up here because like they literally live like they go outside and they mow the lawn and they go back in their house. That's like wild.
Yeah. Like, we do like actually 20 things a day and I'm like still feeling unfulfilled sometimes. Like I need more, which is wild. I think that like, you know, my dopamine receptors are like fried or something.
Me too. I'm constantly.
But I'm also like really like over going out and stuff. I think like I saw you mention like the sobriety thing, which it's like I'm like thinking more and more. I'm just like so over the club. I didn't even go out for 4th of July, even though I had tickets to the club. I was like, I'm so over like the same.
It's so annoying.
You know what I mean? Especially because I'm like, I'm not working a 9 to 5, so like I'll go out on like Wednesdays sometimes and like Tuesdays sometimes. So then when it's like a real holiday or the weekend, I'm like, I don't even feel like I need to do it, you know, which is like a good thing sometimes, but then also it's like, you know, harder to like maintain connections that way because that's when everyone else is going.
I know.
So, you know, give it like it's like pros and cons, but
I mean, I definitely meet people going out. I'm not gonna lie and say that I don't, but also it's like, okay, you meet people, you get their Instagram, and then now what?
I mean, it's different for you, I'm sure, because there's definitely times where like if you meet someone and they see what you do, they might be like, oh my God, like I want to go on the podcast, or you know, I want to like talk to you and see like what connections like you could make with them. But definitely when you're just going out and like people are like, oh my God, I love your outfit, what's your Instagram? It's like a dead end. Like where are we going from there? But I think that in LA, what happened with me was that people would do like, what's your Instagram? And then they'd actually ask to hang out, or you'd like see them again because you'd like go out to the same places and stuff. And it was kind of always cool to continue the relationship or like, you know, start it. Yeah.
Is LA like a smaller area than New York City? Or is it kind of the same?
I don't even know. I just think there's so many different areas within LA. Like here it's like really the city and then like it's other boroughs. But LA is like, there's like a little, like there's like Malibu, and then there's the area for clubs, and there's the area for like just the LGBT clubs, and there's the area for like the shopping, and then there's like the, you know, so it's like like it's just a little bit of everything everywhere. So it's really, really cool. In New York, it feels like you just have like the city, and it's like kind of hard to breathe sometimes with like all the big buildings. Like, you know, it's just so overwhelming. There's no like real escape unless like you're going to Long Island or like, I don't know, like if people go to Jersey Shore.
Like still. Jersey Shore,
yeah. I know that for 4th of July, everyone did.
Yeah. But it's also like you go out in New York City and you see people that you'll never see again.
Exactly.
I feel like, is it in LA where you go and you're like, wait, I recognize you from last time? Really?
Like, I'll go back a year after and people will be like, I literally remember you.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's
and like
crazy.
I know I remember them because you remember people from like a vacation perhaps, right? Like I'm visiting. But I was always shocked when they'd like remember me. I think it's something really nice about someone being like saying they remember you, because then you're like, oh, like I left an impression on you, but like you didn't really think that they would. Sometimes I'm like, oh my god, you remember me? That's insane, because I don't remember you. No, that's so rude. I'd never say that, but
Yeah.
in my head, it definitely happens, and it feels awful. I think another really funny thing that kept happening to me in LA this past trip was people would be like, I know you from YouTube.
YouTube?
And I'd be like, really?
What YouTube?
Because I don't do YouTube. But I wouldn't say it out loud. I would just go with it. I'd be like, thank you for watching my videos. And then I swear, like, it's so insane, but it happened 3 different times to the point where Kat was like, we have to figure out what YouTuber you look like. Because why are people like coming up to you saying this? Like, I don't know if it was a running joke, but it was strangers. So like, I don't know. And I would just go along with it. I'd let them get a photo with me, and I'd be like, I can't wait for them to, tag someone else. And hopefully that would be insane, right? Because you're tagging a photo of me and then you click on it
and it's not you.
And it's not me. So I can't wait. I know. I literally forgot that happened. So I think that's another funny thing, is just like everyone thinks that everyone is someone. And I used to do that too. Like I remember I'd be just like even at like the flea market, right? Or like somewhere like getting breakfast, and I'd be sitting with my brother, and we would like see someone in the distance, and I'd be like, that's Madison Beer. Like it has to be. Like it looks just like her. Because a lot of people like look the same in LA too.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't be, but other times it definitely would be someone famous. I remember I was getting breakfast one time, and I see this Lamborghini, right? Mm-hmm. And it looks like insane. Like the color is something like I can't really tell what color it is. So I have my brother turn around, and he's like, what is that? He's like, he can't figure out what color it is, right? And it's getting closer, and you see that it's a Lamborghini with faces all over it. And it's Jojo Siwa's Lamborghini. I don't know if you've ever seen it.
Yes.
And it's literally inching up, and you could see her driving it like through the glass, and I'm like, no way. And we're just like getting breakfast in Jojo Siwa's Lambo, which like I wish we could like pull up a photo for reference. It's like the craziest Lamborghini ever, because it's just her face all over. Drives by us at breakfast, and I thought it was so funny because I was like, I couldn't tell what color it is, and I'm like, oh yeah, because it's just a bunch of faces all over.
Yeah, that's insane.
So stuff like that. I remember shortly after that, I was like, I thought that was really cool, but then we like go into Target, and like Lil Huddy is there.
Oh wow.
And like just like in the makeup aisle with his girl at the time, and we were just like,
That's
this
crazy.
is like back to back, I was like, what else is gonna happen today? So
do you talk to them, or you just kind of like,
it really depends. Sometimes like you gotta feel out the situation. Sometimes it's like not the right moment to like talk to them, but also sometimes I like just don't care to. Like I'm just like, I don't need like a photo with like someone I don't really.
Or do you ever pretend that like you don't know who it is?
Yeah,
just, like,
I did that with Lil Huddy. Like we looked at each other for a good 5 seconds, like the way we're looking at each other right now. But then we both like kind of like I just turned away because I was like, well, it was too awkward to say something after a 5-second stare, and I was just like, well, I'm just gonna pretend I don't know who he is, and like you could see him be like weirded out by that too a little bit.
Really?
Yeah. Sorry, Lil Huddy, if you see this, but maybe he remembers. I don't know. It was kind of weird.
Do you ever feel like it's better to pretend you don't know them so that you can kind of like pretend that you're?
I think it's really. I think like if you're out, it's a lot cooler to not say anything or do anything, because then like you're like just treating them like human beings. I mean, they really are human beings, especially like because a lot of them are not even celebrities; they're just influencers, right? So I think it's. When I first started to go to LA, I was like, oh, it's so cool to like talk to everyone and stuff like that. And in terms of influencers, like be like, oh, I know you. But then after a while, you're like, don't do that. Like
they
just
hear
like,
that all the time.
Yeah, they hear that all the time. It's so much better to just go along with it and be in the same space together. And just like have fun or whatever it is.
Yeah, and that probably makes them feel like more comfortable around you, that they can talk to you more.
Yeah, especially like when it's like a party. It's not like when you're out, but like at someone's house, like you definitely don't want to like seem fanned out.
Yeah, no. Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, like there's so many. I feel like there's so many stories I could tell about influencers. But it's almost not interesting if I don't say their names, but I don't want to say their names. Yeah. Because I'm like, let me not get like a cease and desist or whatever it's called.
Cease and desist, that's crazy.
There was definitely some like demonic stuff.
Oh yeah.
There's definitely some demonic stuff. Like again,
absolutely.
I was like, I like brushed the surface accidentally. Like I was like somewhere I shouldn't have been. And
at like a party?
yeah, basically. And then like kind of started talking to people who I thought were so cool because they were famous, right? Like no names. But then come to find out that there's like some real demonic stuff going on. And I'm not even gonna like, say too much, but to the people who are kind of like skeptical about that, I think, and like are like, oh, like there's no way. I just do think that there's definitely some stuff that goes on behind the scenes that's so weird and so scary. And it's so insane when you see like who it's attached to and like their level of fame.
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh my God, is this responsible for their success, you know? Without saying too many big words.
Does that scare you wanting to move into LA?
I think like I know right from wrong, but you know, but I think that a lot of people get roped into something without like knowing the extent of it.
Yeah.
There's like a lot of like accidental things that you can end up in, right? Without like knowing.
Yeah. That is insane.
Yeah.
Why is Erewhon so expensive?
Oh my God. Well, I mean, why is different than like, is it worth it? So a lot of people say that it's because it's all organic, but I know a lot of other brands are like all organic too. So I don't really know the full truth about that, but I do know that like they just have a lot of the celebrity endorsements with like the smoothies and stuff like that. So maybe it's just because it's like a designer brand. Like once celebrities and like people are in on the hype, it's like they're gonna up their prices, you know? I think the last time I went, I got like, well, I did get like a decent amount of things. Like I think 2 sandwiches and like 3 drinks. It was me and my brother, and it came out to like $100.
What the hell?
Yeah, something like that. Because like the drinks are like 12 and the smoothies are like 20, and
I know that's crazy.
And since we don't have it here, I tried to like get a little bit of everything when I'm out there. I'm like, I'll just splurge, like it's fine. And I would say that it's really, really good, but I don't know if I'd say it's worth it. Now, like on TikTok, I always joke, I'm like, okay, like when I post it, I'm like, oh, like this is so worth it. This is so cool, but I don't, you know, realistically know if it's completely worth it.
Yeah.
And people still buy it though, so like they're still, you know, successful. So I think that's why they're never gonna like really change or anything like that.
I know.
Yeah.
That's wild.
It is. I remember I took my parents to Erewhon for the first time. It was also my dad's first time in Los Angeles, and I kid you not, he goes in and he's like, "This isn't even expensive. This is just like ShopRite." And me and my brother like looked at each other. We were like, "What?" Like, because I mean, it was kind of funny in a way, because I was like, I don't know what ShopRite he goes to, but $30 for strawberries. I mean, I don't know. I don't really buy groceries myself.
That one strawberry that was like $100.
They have one strawberry for $20, and it's just one. And the thing is about it, it's like it's from Japan.
It's like this small.
It was not even that big or something like that, I remember. And the whole ordeal was that it was like from Japan, and like it was like, oh my God, I almost said raised. It was grown a certain way. And it was supposed to be like the sweetest strawberry like ever or something like that. The sweetest strawberry ever. So a lot of influencers started to buy it, and a lot of people, my friends who personally tried it, said that it just tasted normal, which surprise is probably not even a shock, but
that's crazy though.
I didn't try it. Yeah. I think like the most hyped thing. The most hyped thing was the Hailey Bieber smoothie.
I saw that one.
Which I just recently tried for the first time, and I'm not a big like sweets person at all, but I do think it was good. I you know,
that's the one. Okay. That's the strawberry,
one, yeah. I really wanted to try the Courtney one, which was like a black charcoal blue one, but they're all seasonal or like only for like a limited time, which I think is a really cool way of doing that. Like, right, like having a drink for only a certain time, like definitely makes you want it more. So
that makes sense. Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Of course, thank you.
Your stories are always so interesting.
Thank you. I hope so. I hope. Thank you for having me.
Of course. I'm going to add all your social media down below.
Okay.
As always, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, follow us, listen on Spotify, rate us 5 stars on there, shop the merch, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye.